Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to the Baj Patreon server. Okay, so we are down in the base and we had a little package left for us. And this is from Ulva by the looks of things. So we've got some red carpet and we've got 3 jack-o'-lanterns. Now, I was trying to work out what this could actually relate to, and Ulva and I were both on at the same time the other day, and she was dropping some hints that she may or may not have done something. So I was kind of like trying to work out where I've actually got pumpkins and red carpet. And yeah, I've got red carpet blocks in here, it's all pumpkin lighting here, but the only place that I have red carpet and pumpkins is actually up at the monument. So let's go and take a look and see if we can actually see something on here. Now, if you've seen Ulva's video, you may have possibly caught up with what it is. But if you haven't, let's go have a look so we can show you what she has been up to. She is a little sweetheart. So, over at the monument, we'll just jump through the fence very quickly. Lighting-wise, kind of, thanks to T-Snow and Ulva for this, but yeah, we have got some issues with the lighting. So, I've had to kind of bite the bullet and just put a couple of torches down, just in a couple of places, just to try to sort out that little area. But the little thing she has done is around the front here. So there we go, look, we have, it's like a little table and it's purple. You see, this is something I haven't actually got any of yet, and I need to go and get some of this because I love it. And it's the first time I've actually seen it in this texture pack as well, and I think it looks fantastic. So I need to be going to get myself some purple. But how appropriate when dealing with a little kitty cat monument. But yeah, she's made a little monument there with the flowers, and inside there she has left us lots and lots and lots of flowers in his memory, which is so sweet. So a little sign in memory of Ashley. There's our little cat, and I thought that was just really cute, and I wanted to share it with you just in case you hadn't seen it. So thank you very much, Ulva. It's lovely. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so probably see down here as well while we're up here that I have been making stuff, as it turns out, largely unsuccessfully. So I was hoping to be able to do you a video, basically on what this was doing. Now, it's something that did work in 1.8, however, does now not appear to work in 1.9. Now, I've tried a couple of variations of this. The original variation was all lava. This variation is one that I've kind of cobbled together in the hope that maybe we'll actually get some spawns in the water rather than the lava. But yeah, it doesn't appear to be working either, and I have been racking my brains to try and figure out why. So what I have been attempting to build here is a squid farm. And I'd seen some examples of the squid farms. One of them was actually from P-Town, which he did in 1.8, which was basically pretty much the top half of the setup. So you had the 5x5, I mean, you can make it any size you want, and it was lava source blocks, basically. So 50 lava source blocks in here. So 2 levels of that. Squid spawn in lava, which was something that I didn't realise until quite recently. But they spawn in lava, and their natural mechanic is to kind of swim down. Had to have a little tweak with the signs being put in for them to drop through with update in 1.8. But in theory, that should have worked. So the idea was, say for example, let's just kind of knock out the fact that I've kind of put a lava level in here as well, because I was hoping that they would swim down with the water, fall into the lava, fall down here, drops. And the signs were there basically, it was to do with an update where the drops were actually burning in lava. This way with the signs, it wasn't happening. And then that goes down into a sort of a hopper tray, effectively. So you've got your chest there, all of these ones all feed into each other, and the front one into that chest, and then these ones all feed, like so, into each other. So it all runs down the central thing. But as you can see, nada. So I did a bit of research, and it's saying that, you know, obviously with the squid spawns, we're at the right level. We're at level 62 here, I believe. And I've just taken a screenshot again. Why do I used to keep doing that? So yeah, we're level 62. So we're at a point where they should be spawning. I will be honest and say I've actually never seen them spawn here, but it kind of seemed like a good idea. One of the things that's been said is having water, oceans, rivers, etc. nearby, because the squid can spawn within 120 blocks of a player. So potentially they could spawn in all sorts of places. But I've been around the immediate area, and I've been filling in sort of any little water bits that I've come across. Now, we do have a river over there. We do also have a river over there as well. And I'm kind of hoping that they're not that close, that they were causing the problem. And we're going to have to start playing with these again, aren't we? But I kind of suspect that there is a possibility that maybe that is the case, that they are too close, in which case this is never going to work. But somebody else might be able to make use of the idea. I mean, the other option is that you build it in somewhere like a desert where there is no natural water spawn, and that might help the situation maybe. But I filled in all of the water that was over here. I filled in the pond that was here. I filled in water that was over there. I filled in water that was over there. I found a zombie and a creeper. Oh, for goodness sake, will you just die? Not me, preferably. Stupid. Where the hell did you come from? Now that's happening quite a lot, I've noticed recently. Right. Just gather your bits up. Rude. Oh, for the love of God. Just go away. And you as well. Right, there we go. We're about to have a mass of them all descending on us fairly shortly by the looks of things. But yeah, so I've been in kind of around the immediate area, filling in any ponds that I know of. Still nothing. I thought to myself, could it be something to do with the ponds that I actually have, my little fishing pool down in the base itself? And I tried filling that in, and that didn't seem to make any difference. So I'm sort of a little bit baffled. So I've tried to have a look around. I've tried to see if there's anything that says about any changes in 1.9. I mean, yes, obviously the squid got made smaller in 1.8, but, you know, other than adding sounds, it doesn't seem to be in 1.9 that there's been any changes. I don't know whether it's a spigot thing. I do know, and, you know, it's obviously appeared in videos as well, that my fishing pool there does occasionally spawn squid. Now, I've taken it up, I've made it just one level, because I was thinking, well, is that going to make any difference? But I don't think it is. This is kind of after I sort of backfilled it in. I've now extended the skylight part of this, and you know, I know it says with the ponds that you need all the pools that the squid spawn in. They need to have it open to light, effectively, or open to daylight. So transparent blocks are fine. So this will be fine with the glass. So what I am now trying to do is to see whether they always seem to be a little bit random in here as well, but see whether we actually increase the spawns we're getting by having more of the pond exposed to light, because before it was just like a little patch of about 8 blocks, I think it was, just up in the middle there. That's now been extended, so it covers the whole of the pool area. So that is what I've been up to. What I'll probably do is, just as part of this video, because this is only going to be a little, well, sort of 10-12 minute little chat, etc. is that I do have the footage that I recorded when I originally tried to put the farm together. So what I'll do is I'll probably tag that into the end, just for anybody who is interested in knowing how it is supposed to work or how it's supposed to be set up. Anybody who may still be playing in 1.8. Again, I don't know whether this works on like Xbox, PlayStation or Pocket Edition. But, you know, it might be useful to somebody. So the credit in that goes to P-Town, who, I don't know if he actually came up with the design himself, but it's certainly from a video of his that I've seen. And I'll put it in there just for a little bit of interest so you can see how the setup went. But sadly, obviously, it doesn't actually work. But there we go. So that is what I have been up to. So not the storming success that I was hoping to have and the thousands and thousands of squid ink. I'm sure there's probably plenty of other ways that this can be done. But what I kind of liked about this idea is that it was so simple. It was also incredibly dangerous because of the use of lava, and we all know how I get on with that. But, you know, it could have worked. Could have worked. So if anybody has any thoughts on how we could potentially get it to work, please let me know. Or if you have a link to any kind of videos or tutorials that actually show how we can get this kind of lava squid farm to work in 1.9, then, you know, drop me a comment. If you can get a link to that in the comments as well, that would be fantastic. I will put a link to P-Town's tutorial as well, and this is the updated one for 1.8. So I'll put that in there anyway, just as well, so you can see somebody else actually doing a little bit more of a professional job than I did. But for now, guys, thank you all very, very much for watching, if I can actually get my words out, and we shall see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye! Okay, we are down in what once was a pool of water, but is now not, as you can see, and we can see our little Ashley monument up there. Yes, so today we are going to set about building something, or hopefully building something, which should be relatively easy, she says, but also should be quite productive. So, as you can see, we have got a 2 deep 5x5 hole in the ground here, which I have put some glass round, pretty much more for aesthetics than anything else. You don't have to do it as glass, but what we are going to be building is a squid farm. We could do this with water, but we're going to do it with lava. And what we're actually going to do is use the lava to actually kill the squid. With squid, if they do actually spawn in lava, if you didn't know that. But yes, they do spawn in lava, and this is something I discovered quite recently. So what we can actually do is use this to our advantage. Now, it's simple enough to do. So the lava needs to be a minimum of 2 blocks deep, and it needs to be at level 62 or below. You can't do it at level 63, and I've just taken a screenshot and I have no idea why. So we are basically stood at level 62 at the moment, so this is perfect height. So we should be able to hopefully press the right buttons if we can, and actually get this to work. So, as I said, I've laid out a 5x5 tank, effectively, for want of a better word. You can upscale this to whatever size you like, but kind of 5x5 is a fairly manageable size. And all along the bottom, if we pop down here, I've actually placed signs, and these signs will be used to hold the lava in place so it doesn't all come crashing down. Though it might do there, possibly, looking at this. We may actually need another row of signs, but we'll find that out very shortly. No doubt. Failing that, we'll have to just go and make some more. It's not a massive issue. But yeah, so we've laid out signs along here, and I've also dug out a space below here, which is where we are going to put our collection point. So without further ado, let's crack on go and grab those out of there. So might as well take this while we're here. And we also actually need, I've completely forgotten them, 2 chests. So let's just whiz back. Or 2 chests, we need a chest. Let's go grab ourselves a chest. And we might as well grab ourselves some extra signs just to be safe as well. Never have too many signs. Let's just shut that gate for a moment. So that'll be another 5 that we will be needing. Run, 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 run. Pretty sure I've actually got those made already. This one here. Yeah. So 5 of them. And let's go with 1 of them. Actually, let's take 2. Let's make it a double chest. Let's be positive about how this is going to work. Which is going to work extremely well, methinks. All being to plan. Now, I know this can be done in 1.8. I believe it can also be done in 1.9, so we shouldn't have any problems. I don't think there's been any significant changes that should cause this not to work, but we can always modify it if we need to. Let's jump down here again. Okay. So, in order to place the signs, dead simple, you just need to shift and click, and that will place all the signs along there like so. So that should now, if we look from the top, that looks a bit better, just to be safe. And we shall pop our chest. We'll dig out this little space under here as well. Let's go for a double chest, shall we? Don't. So what we want to do now is we want to actually put the hoppers down. So we're going to have the first row of hoppers will be going into that chest and into each other. Like so. And let's knock those torches out. And then we'll be wanting our other chests then to feed into other chests, I think, other hoppers even, to feed into the central row, which means everything will be all nicely channeled into the chest at the end. Okay, so we'll go dunk, 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 dunk. There we go. We'll just drop a little bit of cobblestone in there and show you what we mean. So that's gone into those end ones. Dunk! That, and one of our torches appears there, which is cool. So that is our collection point sorted. Now for the kind of dangerous bit. Now what I'm going to do is actually use some dirt for this, because we actually need to have a single, well, not single source block, we need every block to be a source block in order for our little squiddy reds to form. Not like that. So I'm just going to use the dirt here just as a starting point. We'll be taking that out gradually, but that just means it'll make it easier to lay the source blocks. So let's take those back and let's fill our inventory with lava buckets. And we need 50 in all because we've got to make this actually too deep. So we've actually done this wrong to start with, haven't we? Because we are an idiot. Right, let's take that one back. Let's just break all of this lot. And actually start to try and do it properly. Jump onto there. So we need to do a double row of a lava. Okay, so we can start by doing this. So start placing these, albeit fairly slowly. So we're so much quicker and creative. Okay, so that's one set. One, two, 3, 4, and I've just realised we are going to actually need 100. Oh no, we should 50 should be fine. 50 should be fine. What are we talking about? Okay, so we can now put the next row down. So that'll be 1. Why for you no placey? 2. Do we need to put our blocks back in there? Let's just kill those off for a second. Do we need to go? There we go, that's probably the better way of doing it. So it does mean we're going to have to go and get another couple of lava buckets, but hey. Actually, on saying that, what we should be able to do is actually use these possibly as an infinite lava source. Okay. Get the last 2 down from here. Okay, jump up there. Stick these buckets away. Let's fill up again. See if we can try and do this safely from here. Okay, then go around the other side. Hopefully. And the last one. Okay, so that is one full level. So now we need to do the same dirt-wise on here. And repeat the process. Oh, rubbish. There we go, there's that one. Okay. And now we'll start working backwards with these ones. Might have ballsed that up very slightly. Let's see if we can try and... There we go. I'm going to have to go and get another couple of buckets, methinks. Okay. Got 2 more buckets, so yeah, we're going to have to go and grab ourselves a couple more buckets of lava. Why don't we just do that very quickly. And another creeper over there. And a skelly. And a spider. Okay, nobody else around there though, that's cool, we can get down here pretty quickly. And let's get this finished off. Right. Okay, so we need two buckets, all being well. That one there. And, nope, not there. There. Right, so we now have a lava source. Let's get rid of all of this out of our inventory just because it's kind of dangerous. Now, the only thing we need to do is to actually be 20 blocks away for this to actually start working. So, we shall retire or retreat. What hopefully should be about 20 blocks away. Got ourselves up here. And let's see if we can't make this happen. Now, what I could do, if I got some, I have got a couple of things that we can pillar up on. Oh. Try and see if we can see what's going on down there and see if anything is going to actually spawn. Are we about 20 blocks away? Can't see anything happening at the moment, but why don't we just give it a couple of minutes and I'll catch up with you guys in a sec. And sadly still nothing. Now I've been round, I've kind of filled in some of the water that we've actually spotted, and I'm wondering whether it could be a spigot thing. So it might be something that doesn't actually work on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hop over to my creative world and we shall build it in there and we shall see if we can try and get it to work.